From Pittsburgh's People's Media.
Midnight Radio, WBRC.
Live from Zoom Room B on the World Wide Web, you're experiencing Bricolage's Midnight Radio.
A remote education program connecting school curriculum with the creation of 1940s-style radio plays. Whatever you're learning in school today,
it's Midnight Radio.
Students transform into radio plays.
It's Midnight Radio.
Performing sounds in with characters, say.
It's Midnight Radio. Bricolage is proud to present Midnight Radio.
Welcome to Midnight Radio. Boy, oh boy, do we have a doozy for you kids today. Such thrills, such chills, so you better grab your grannies.
Unhand me, young man.
And tighten your trolley brakes. Because that's right, you guessed it, folks. It's time for another rousing episode of The Adventures of Gilbert Grapeshot.
The crazy mix-up adventures of that zany Gilbert Grapeshot.
It's a beautiful autumn evening in Fredericktown, Pennsylvania. The world has been at war since 1939, when Germany invaded Poland, and in response, America's allies, France and Britain, declared war on Germany. The US of A didn't join their friends in the fray until the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor December 7, 1941. Today's date? November 11, 1942. Now that's the United States of America is crossing swords with the Krauts. Everyone's got to do their part. When last we left young 18-year-old Gilbert, he was reeling from his loss in the Crawford Road soapbox car races.
Aw, boots and snookers. I lost my steering wheel. My whole car is falling apart. That's okay. I'm gonna put Bertie the boxcar back together. Next time I'll win it.
Will Gilbert win it next time? What's coming up is no soapbox derby, but the real deal. The ultimate test. Gilbert's going to war. But hold on, Gilbert doesn't know it yet. Today we find his mom and pop huddled around the radio, waiting for the news of the world.
Stop hammering in the basement, Gilbert. The news is almost on.
Good evening, people of Fredericktown, Pennsylvania.
Aw, Ma, I gotta fix up old Bertie boxcar, or I'll be the neighborhood laughingstock.
Do what your mom says, young man.
Sorry, Ma. Sorry, Pop. Coming up the stairs now.
Special report. Congress amends the Burke-Wadsworth Act of September 16, 1940. Tonight, November 11th, 1942, we announce that all men 18 years and older are not eligible to be drafted into the war against the Axis powers of Europe. Let's all support our troops, buy war bonds today, and helps our boys get the supplies they need to fight the Germans. Remember, if you're 18, you can help save our country today.
Jeez, what a bunch of chumps. Being drafted into the war against the Axis powers?
It's a man's duty to defend his country, son.
Yes, Gilbert, we must protect our homeland.
Whatever you say, Ma. All the same. I feel bad for those suckers who are dumb enough to get drafted.
I'll get it.
Evening, ma'am. Special letter delivery for Gilbert Grapeshot.
Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.
A special letter for Gilbert.
A letter for Gilbert?
Special letter from me? What's it say?
Indeed, what does that letter say? Whatever is in that letter, it's about to change Gilbert's whole life. But before we find out what's to become of Gilbert Grapeshot, let's first hear a word from our sponsor, Blooming Coffee.
All natural, dairy-free. When you're feeling slow, put down that average cup of joe, 'cause it's bloomin', bloomin', bloomin' coffee time.
Hey, you!
Who, me?
Yes, you. Do you have trouble getting your uniform on in the morning?
Sometimes, sure. It's exhausting fighting in the war.
Do your breakfast rations taste bleh?
You better believe it. If I gotta eat one more serving of Franks and beans,
Do you need more energy to run those miles in battle?
bet your bottom dollar I do.
Blooming Coffee can help.
Blooming coffee? What's that?
I'm so glad you asked.
All natural, dairy free. When you're feeling slow, put down that average cup of joe, 'cause it's bloomin', bloomin', bloomin' coffee time.
This is delicious. I'm ready to fight some Nazis.
Coffee is not Nazi atonement for me, the purchase only. Coffee became patriotic after the Boston Tea Party, but should not be used as a substitute for patriotic acts of the planning of victory, guarding, buying war bonds, or going to war. Do not feed the goats.
It's bloomin' coffee time.
And we're back, thanks to our sponsor, Blooming Coffee. That's one perky cup of joe. I can't stand it. I gotta know, what does the president want with Gilbert Grapeshot?
The crazy mix-up adventures of that zany Gilbert Grapeshot.
Open that letter, Ma.
I'm going to open this letter.
It's from the President of the United States. It's an order to report for induction to the U.S. Army.
Son, you are to report tomorrow.
Ah, Boots and Snookers. I'm drafted into the Army. So long, folks. I'm headed to basic training.
Week 1 basic training!
Who's that lady?
That's Sergeant Pepper's personal secretary, Clara Hofstrater.
Maggots, get in line. I'm going down this whole squad of new recruits to see if I can find a real man among this group of snot-nosed kids.
Oh, Boots and Snookers. This guy's gonna kick my butt.
Don't worry about it, kid. Sergeant Pepper is okay once you get to know him.
You get drafted too?
No, they didn't have to draft me. I'm just trying to get away from my wife.
But shh.
Oh, I see. So you're not scared of dying?
Not as scared as I am of my wife.
But shh.
What's your name, Maggot?
I'm Stephen DeGeorgie, sir.
Incorrect. Your name is Maggot now, DeGeorgie. You got that?
Yes, sir.
Your name, Maggot?
Jesus Alvarez, sir.
Your name is Maggot now, Alvarez.
Yes, sir.
What's your name, Maggot?
Maggot, sir?
What? You got no self-respect?
No self-respect. Wait, he must be married to my wife too.
But shh.
Very funny, McNamara. For that, you maggots have to run up that mountain. Go!
Guys, sorry to be eavesdropping and whatnot. You got trouble with your wife?
Oh, she's okay. If you like evil-eyed harpies who want to kill you just because you can't keep a job, had some trouble with the law, and maybe had an affair or two with one of her friends and her older sister. Women, am I right?
I heard that. I'm Steve, by the way. I'm from the Bronx. What about you guys?
I'm Gilbert. I'm from Pennsylvania.
Oh, you from Philly?
Bethlehem Center.
Like Jesus?
No, he's from Pittsburgh.
Aloha, I'm Jesus. I'm from Pittsburgh.
But shh.
Who's the kid with the symbol?
Oh, that's Clark. It's a nervous habit.
But
Sorry.
Keep running, maggots.
Jesus, you're out of shape.
No, I'm not. That's Gilbert.
It's just so hard to run. I mean, I can actually hear my bones.
Yeah, no lie. You're the loudest runner I ever heard.
Run up that mountain, maggot.
Ah, is that a mountain goat?
No, that's just my wife.
But shh.
Sorry.
Run, maggots, all the way to the top. Grape shot. Carry that goat in your bag. There's no crying in the army, maggots.
I'm gonna die before we even get to the war. Finally, we made it back to the barracks.
Good night, maggots. Sweet dreams.
Final week of basic training.
Good morning, you bunch of daisies. Grab one jar of honey and slather yourself.
Finally, something fun.
This guy's nuts. Honey?
Do it, maggots.
Well, at least this stuff is sweeter than
Your wife.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Okay, who here likes...
Bees? Ah, run!
Ow.
The bees are after their honey.
This is what war is like, maggots. Sticky, refusing, and senseless.
They're so angry. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was your honey. I didn't know.
The final battle of the war!
Gilbert completed basic training and has done his time in the African and Italian campaigns, but will our hero survive the most epic battle of World War II? Will he bring the goat to the beaches of Normandy? We'll find out this and more after this message from our sponsor. Have you ever broken something and don't know how to fix it? Is sticky paste not doing it for you? Is duct tape only for quacks? We've got just the thing. Introducing Goose Tape, made from real geese.
See here, with shortages caused by the war, Americans need to learn to make do. Is Goose Tape made from real goose feathers and discarded goose parts? Yes, it is. Can it be used for about anything? Yes, it can. But does it barely work? You betcha. After all, Goose Tape is just leftover goose parts pressed together. Goose Tape can literally stick to anything that needs to be fixed, but only for a short time. Before, like the war, things just fall apart in a bloody mess. For the low price of $8,000 or a second mortgage on your house, a lifetime supply of Goose Tape can be yours. We farm the freshest geese for the best quality.
Goose tape, roly-poly goose tape. What is gooey and so chewy and mostly useless? Goose tape.
Thanks to our sponsor, the useless and disgusting Goose Tape. Now we return to the thrilling adventures of Gilbert Grapeshot. The squad of misfits completed basic training and have seen years of service, only to discover themselves at the brink of the greatest battle of the war.
General Dwight D. Eisenhower addresses the Allied invasion force.
Soldiers, sailors, and airmen of the Allied Expeditionary Force, you are about to embark on the great crusade toward which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. The hope and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you. In company with our brave allies and brothers in arms on other fronts, you will bring about the destruction of the German war machine, the elimination of Nazi tyranny over the oppressed people of Europe, and security for ourselves in the free world.
Steve, I'm really scared. I just want to go home.
These are gonna be fine. It will be fine. Just no matter what, everything will turn out fine. I trust Captain Adams. He got us this far. Listen for his call to charge.
Everyone, charge!
This is insane. Are you enjoying this, John?
Yes, I am!
How can you possibly be enjoying this?
'Cause my wife isn't here!
Sorry. Advance, men! Charge up that beach! This is it, men. This is the final phase.
We made it to shelter. That was insane. Steve, how are you holding up?
Better than ever. I just keep remembering there's a pastrami on rye waiting for me back home.
Jesus?
I'm here, man. I'm alive.
John? John?
I'm hit. Oh, it's bad.
No, John. We didn't even get to race our boxcars or raise goats like we said we were gonna do. Aw, Boots and Snookers, don't die, John.
Gilbert, tell my wife I won't miss her.
He's gone.
No, John, I will win this for you.
End of the battle!
Men, we did it. We won the battle. The Allied invasion of France is a success.
USA! 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 USA!
Grapeshot, my boy. I want you to place this flag in the beach to show our victory.
This was for you, John.
We've won the battle, but the war isn't over.
Sir, if I may, have you considered bees?
Will Gilbert win the war with bees? Will his friends survive? Will they get his goat? Find out the answer to this and more on the next installment of The Adventures of Gilbert Grapeshot.
The crazy mix-up adventures of that zany Gilbert Grapeshot.
Midnight Radio, WBR.